past month in the crypto market has been absolutely insane. On January 17th, Trump officially launched his meme coin, and shortly after that, it rallied to over $75, doing over $70 billion in a fully diluted valuation. And now the project is down in the dumps, sitting at, funny, it's only a $3 billion market cap, but compared to where it was at the all-time high, it is down over 75%. Shortly after that, January 31st, Melania launched her meme coin, and it's down from the all-time high of over 90%. And just recently, we had the president of Argentina launch his meme coin, Libra, and in less than 24 hours, this project is down over 90+%. So again, another one bites the dust. If the president of the United States, Donald Trump, just started this trend, we are going to see so many other meme coins launch that are going to crash and burn. Because now the Central African Republic leader launched his meme coin called CAR, and this project from the all-time high is down pretty much 97 to 99%. So now we got fake accounts like this one right here talking about launching the Bermuda National coin. So when will the madness end? This is a massive warning for new investors in the crypto market. People are saying that Trump's meme coin destroyed the meme coin market as we know it. And even though Trump is doing a lot of good with the executive orders that he's signing, in my personal opinion, he didn't need to launch a meme coin. Even though I think it's going to bring more people to the space. The purpose of this video is to bring you guys proper information so you can know how to do your own research and understand what to look for to find the best projects. So by the end of this video, what I'm going to be sharing with you is what's happening with Total 3, the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, all of the altcoins, and where we are in this macro market cycle. We're going to talk about the most basic rules of trading and also what's about to happen to the altcoin market to be ready for. I'm going to break down some of the top altcoins that I am extremely bullish on, and we're diving into the charts over the next few short minutes for the top projects that I believe would benefit the most if we see a massive altcoin breakout. So if you're tired of losing your hard-earned money investing in political meme coins or just projects that have bad fundamentals, no utility, then you're gonna love this video. Comment 777 if you're feeling blessed. If you're feeling bullish, let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So over the past few days, we've been talking about what Trump and Elon Musk have been posting recently with billions of dollars of fraud, waste, and abuse being found by investigating their incompetently run government in the United States. So I said this in a previous video because Trump has so much going on and he's not actively talking or actively marketing his meme coin. Of course, this project is going to drop. And so I don't expect this thing to do much right now until Total 3 is breaking out. So that's why I do not hold Trump's meme coin or Melania's meme coin as well either, because this is just a derivative play. And if we were to zoom in here, I mean, this chart just looks nasty. It just keeps bleeding out. And I expect this thing to just keep selling off as people rotate their income into other Solana meme coins. And so almost all influencer coins, which political figures are no different, they're influencers. They have massive influence on the global stage that launch. For example, the Argentina president right here launched Libra, and this project, down over 90+%. The charts look the exact same. So this is the meme coin rug playbook here. And people who are too late to the party are likely to be donors at this point. You take a look at the bottom of this picture right here, you can see snipers, insiders, and cabal members won big, made a lot of money, which makes you think that you can make a lot of money because you hear stories of someone who bought like a few $100 or a few $1,000s and made millions of dollars. And while that is possible, it's definitely not a realistic approach to a long-term investment strategy in the crypto market. Now, I thought this was a great post from Alejandro here on Twitter saying after 10 years of being in crypto and trading, I need to address what's currently happening in our space. This isn't just another market cycle, it's something far more concerning. The reality check is meme coin trading has become a 24/7 sprint where you're considered late after just 15 minutes. Holding for 6 to 12 hours is seen as long-term, and every new token launch feels like a trap where insiders load up early and then they dump on unsuspecting retail that are late to the party that are used as exit liquidity. So let's be honest about what we're seeing here. Number one, the speed. These aren't classic market cycles anymore. They're market seizures when you need to be glued to your computer screen every single second of the day just to avoid being late. Something is fundamentally broken. Number two, the number of rugs, honeypots, and outright frauds are staggering. It's not just about doing your research anymore when you have minutes to make a decision on if a project is good or bad while it pumps into the billions of dollars. So number three, this creates burnout. We've traded through multiple bull and bear markets and everything in between, but this is different. The constant rotation, the 24/7 FOMO, the endless parade of the next big thing, it's exhausting. Even the most seasoned crypto investors, they're tired, they're getting burnt out. So number 4, the community impact that this is having as we're building a base of solid education. Well, the builders are burning out as they're chasing the dragon that doesn't exist. Real projects can't compete with pump and dumps masquerading as communities. So remember Warren Buffett's wisdom. Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked. Well, the tide is starting to shift and we're seeing a lot of naked swimmers. So the hard truth here is that this isn't sustainable. Good projects are being overshadowed, experienced traders are burning out, and the community is losing faith. Now, this may get worse before it gets better, but we need to start having an honest conversation about where we're heading. And what we need here is a return to fundamentals, focus on sustainability and growth, support for real builders, real utility, and community-driven accountability. So for those feeling the weight of this market, you guys are not alone. It's okay to step back. It's okay to miss a project that pumps, 5x, 10x, 15, 20x. Your mental health matters more than potential gains. The market will be here tomorrow. There's going to be plenty of opportunities with long-term legit projects. So you have to make sure that you can withstand the storm and have a long-term strategy for your crypto portfolio. So this was a great post by Virtual Bacon because the most basic rules of trading that we live by is number 1, never investing more than you can afford to lose. And number 2, always take profits. The most simple things are often the ones overlooked, which prove to be costly mistakes because people invest more than they can afford to lose on projects that aren't going to be here for much longer than a day or let alone a week or a month, as you've seen in the meme coin market. And so yes, on a screenshot, it looks good when your portfolio's up, a 10x or 15x, but if it's good enough to take a screenshot, it's good enough to take some profits. And I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm not going to tell you what to buy or sell, because these videos are purely for education, informational purposes only to help you do your own research. I'm just going to show you the data, and then what you choose to do is up to you. So let's look at the data here. When we look at total 3, the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, right now on the left-hand side of the screen compared to the past, and we put up the 50 moving average and the 200 moving average, we can see where this arrow is pointing right here on the left-hand side of the screen. With Trump's tariff news, spooked the markets to drop from 1.1 trillion to about 740 billion to backtest the previous high of March, which was resistance as support. And we're holding now above the 50 moving average. And if we look on the right-hand side of the screen, we saw pretty much the same thing happen on the 23rd of December. Now the wick was right off of the 50 moving average, whereas the wick on the left-hand side of the screen, on the 3rd of February was below it. So there are some minor differences here, but some similarities that we can see is that the price stayed above the 50 moving average until this first major correction all the way upwards in June of 2021 to go below the 50, and then the top came, and once we rolled over, we didn't reclaim the 50 until pretty much after the bear market bottom was in, going into the bull market that we're in right now. So we have good news here with the price staying above the 50 and the 50 staying above the 200. That's what we want to see the majority of the bull run. Now on the relative strength index, we can see that this ascending support did break for the RSI. It's sitting at 48. Whereas when we saw that back test right here, the RSI held this ascending support. Even if the price sweeps back below the 50, it's not the end of the world because we saw that happen all the way back here. Where it becomes troublesome is if we see the price drop below the 50 moving average, like what we saw all the way back here in January of 2022 during the bear market, reject from it as resistance, simultaneously breaking the 200 and then seeing a death cross where the 50 crosses below the 200. But we're not there yet because the price is still above the 50 moving average. The 50 is still above the 200, and the relative strength index hasn't completely fallen off of a shelf just yet, even though we are trading below this ascending support right here. We would want to see the RSI break back to the upside, with total 3 seen in breakout over the next few weeks and the next few months. Because until that happens, it's continuously going to be player versus player, where we see one meme coin launch and do a 5, 15, 20x, and everyone, all new retail investors start buying all the way up here at the top and getting dumped on by the people who got in early. Right here at the bottom of the screen where you can see the top traders and the snipers, they use very sophisticated AI software that snipe hundreds of different meme coins right out the gate. and they just play the law of averages on it because they have deep pockets to be able to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars across dozens of different projects. And if you don't have deep pockets to do that, you're playing a game that's very difficult to win at. Unless you're lucky enough to get in early and you know when to sell and when to take profits. Otherwise, you're round tripping your bags all the way to the bottom and you run out of money. So in order for this market to go from player versus the rotation game of money coming out of one project going into another project, we need to see new capital coming into the industry, and we need to see total 3 breaking out and making new highs. And so when we look at others compared to Bitcoin, others is everything other than the top 10, right? So leading up to Tron, that's where we have Chainlink, Stellar, Avalanche, Sui, Litecoin, everything else basically. So back here on the left-hand side of the screen, when everyone's saying alt season is dead, there's going to be no altcoin season. Well, by February 2017, we saw others break out in comparison to Bitcoin and start outperforming Bitcoin. And then the bear market kicked in. Money was rotating out of altcoins and flowing back into Bitcoin, stablecoins, and the US dollar. And then, of course, everyone's saying alt season's dead. No alt season's coming. Then by January of 2021, altcoins ripped to the upside. We had the first phase of the alt season, followed by correction, then alt season number 2 for the final blow off top. Then, of course, bear market kicks in. And what's everyone saying right now? Most people are saying there's not going to be an alt season. Alt season's dead. It's February 2025. Simultaneously, we are at this ascending support where people were saying the same things back in early 2021, back in early 2017. And coincidentally enough, we're spread 4 years apart. Now it's February 2025. So are we about to see a face melting altcoin rally very similar to what we saw all the way back here, all through 2021 for the altcoin market to rally upwards of, $1 trillion before the first major correction? Well, if we zoom out on the left-hand side of the screen, we're still below the all-time high. And if we zoom out on the right-hand side of the screen, look at where we were on that pullback to the 50. We were below the all-time high. So we could be more comparable to, either this phase right here in the market cycle where we were last bull run, or somewhere around this phase right here before the next major rally to the peak of the market. And so whether we see, 2 major rallies, rally number 1, rally number 2, or the next major rally is the final rally in the market before the bear market takes place, you have to be positioned in the right projects that are going to see the biggest liquidity come into them, so you're not buying the wrong projects. So that's why we created Altcoin Pro University, which you guys can check out through the link in the description below. And I thought this was a great post by Yoni talking about the Altcoin Pro University library to find the most valuable insights in this fast-moving crypto community and economy. So this library is your go-to resource for the most impactful posts in Altcoin Pro University. So for those who are new, how to navigate our community, get your questions answered. We have different strategic guides like your crypto research tool, portfolio management, bull market strategy guide, and then everything in between like the ultimate profit-taking strategy, when to buy, when to sell, risk management, managing your losses, preparing for flash crashes and corrections, what to do, different portfolio tips, 2025 tax changes, understanding technical analysis, mastering dollar cost averaging. Guys, we have so many resources back here for you to continue your education with us on top of what you're learning through Bull Runners. That is just a no-brainer. That's why we've had over 1,200 people join us the past few months. And it's only $97 a month, pay as you go, no contract, no commitment. Or you can do annual for $970 per year, save $194. You unlock some exclusive bonuses, and you test out for a whole month. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So worst case scenario, you'll learn something new and it's not for you and you get your money back. Best case scenario is you completely change your life financially, and also you protect yourself from different rug pulls and projects. They're going to lose 99% of their value. So you know what to look for, you know what to look out for. So definitely check that out. I know you guys are going to absolutely love it. Made a 26-minute video. And to check it out, just click the first link in the description of this video. Now, one project that has shown incredible strength during this market consolidation is XRP. And if we put up XRP next to global liquidity, we can see that global liquidity has been breaking out since the 10th of January in yellow right here alongside XRP. And even with this little pullback right here on the 31st of January with global liquidity, we're now seeing a bounce in the price of XRP and global liquidity. And so in my video yesterday, I talked about this zone of resistance, which we just saw XRP get rejected from around $2.85. So we saw a candle body close right here. So I would just expect XRP, like I said in previous videos, to just range until we ultimately see total 3 starting to break out. So I would expect XRP to coil up. And right now on the 3-day chart, we are above the 50 moving average and we're well above the 200 moving average. So this is actually a really good sign, in my opinion, that XRP is going to continue to do well this bull run if we see a continuous breakout in global liquidity, and also we see Total 3 break out into new highs, because that will just bring more liquidity into the crypto market, which I think will benefit XRP, and XRP will be one of the biggest performers simply because it's the second largest altcoin right here behind Ethereum. And even though the market cap is $157 billion, guys, you've seen how much money can flow into these projects very, very fast. I mean, with XRP up 12% over the past week, billions of dollars have flown in. So there's no question that with Bitcoin at 1.9 trillion, XRP at 157 billion, XRP is lightning quick, way faster than Bitcoin. It's much cheaper to send. So XRP is very undervalued compared to Bitcoin and compared to Ethereum as well too. So I think XRP will pass Ethereum this bull run cycle. Hey bull runners, if you want more money to invest in the crypto market, did you know that there's billions of dollars in federal cash for businesses that kept paying their W-2 employees despite dealing with the government shutdowns in 2020 to 2021 during the pandemic that caused massive supply chain issues? So if you have or you know any businesses that have W-2 employees, you could qualify for up to $26,000 per employee with no maximum limit through the Federal Employee Retention Credit Program when you click the link in the description of this video. Now, this isn't a loan, it's an IRS cash refund, and businesses have been getting back hundreds of thousands of dollars through this over the last few years. So to see if you qualify, all you need to do is click the link in the description below this video right now to schedule a free consultation with a dedicated ERC expert. But you have to act fast because the deadline to apply and share with as many businesses as possible is April 15th this year. And you can also sign up as an affiliate below, share with businesses that have W-2 employees, and earn 2% on their refunds. All they do is they simply click your link, they schedule a consultation before April 15th, and they will see how much they qualify to get back. So this is a great way to get money back in your pocket to invest in the crypto market before the next major breakout. And most businesses have missed out on this credit because the ERC qualifications have changed 3 times over the years. So if you were told in the past that you didn't qualify for this, there's actually a chance now that you do qualify. So click the link below, schedule a free consultation today, and let's help you get some money back in your pocket this bull run. And if you know any businesses that have W-2 employees, sign up as an affiliate right now through the link below. Share your link with as many businesses as possible before April 15th, and let's get you paid. And also, DeFi Mo made a great post inside of Altcoin Pro talking about Doppler Finance, unlocking DeFi for XRP holders with the key features, on-chain yield strategies, why this matters, and also some important links and conclusions. So definitely check this post out. Go read it. This is going to be a game changer for the XRP ledger. So we have our research team constantly providing value on a daily basis of what's happening across all of DeFi, the whole industry, and tons of other projects too. Look at this. The SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, just put this out yesterday, proposing a rule change to list and trade shares of the 21 shares core XRP trust under BZX rule. So the SEC has officially and legally declared that XRP is not a security. And with this lawsuit coming to a conclusion, it's a done deal. XRP is a commodity. So these ETFs are inevitably going to be approved. And so XRP is a no-brainer. That's why I hold it in my portfolio. Now, also, I made this short a few months ago, and it was titled Sui versus Solana, which will 10x faster in 2025. Listen to this. Everyone wants to know which cryptocurrency can 10x the fastest in 2025, Solana or Sui. Solana is a high-speed layer 1 blockchain with blazing fast 400 millisecond block times and over 65,000 transactions per second in a perfect environment. It's got a strong ecosystem with over 164 DeFi projects and decentralized apps, and Sui, on the other hand, is a newer contender backed by Meta's ex-developers. With its unique DAG structure, it claims to handle over 700,000 transactions per second in a perfect environment and has already grown in total value locked by over 60% in just a month on DeFiLlama.com. Now, here's the kicker. Sui's market cap is around $5 billion, while Solana's is close to $70 billion, giving Sui more room for explosive growth. I posted Sui in our private Telegram group around $1, and that's why I'm personally betting on Sui to 10x faster. Drop a comment below. Which project do you think will 10x the fastest? Let's hear your thoughts, because now the comments are saying Solana has another 3 to 4x left in the tank, but Sui 10x for sure. And I posted this all the way back here when Sui was around, $1 and like 80-ish cents or $2 or somewhere around here. Now Sui's at $3.38. So when we compare Sui to Solana's chart, This reminds me of what happened all the way back here in like May of 2021 until July of 2021 when Solana corrected from $50 all the way down to $18. It bounced on the 3-day chart off of the 50 moving average, and you guys can see what happened on these key indicators right here. So the relative strength index topped out at about 87 right here, and then we saw this massive pullback to reset all the way down to 39, and then a rebound to the upside for a new high. So look on the left-hand side of the screen. We saw the relative strength index all the way up here at like 79, almost 80, and the RSI is resetting right now. And so I would just expect SUI to consolidate with the rest of the market, with Total 3, like XRP, until we see Total 3 break out. And what that could look like if I were to trace up Solana's chart on the right-hand side of the screen and just put it up to where SUI is right now, it could look something like this, where we see the price coil up before breaking out as long as it holds above this support right here, which was the high of the 20th of March. It also got rejected in October, and also it was the first high out of May of 2023. So if that holds, it's not too big of a deal if the price trades below the 50 for a little bit, as Solana did back here before the major breakout. What we want to look for is confluence here. And so by stacking up multiple indicators, we can see what's going on. For example, zooming in on Solana's chart right here, we can see while the RSI was resetting, the stochastic RSI experienced bullish crosses and bearish crosses below 20. Bullish cross, another final fake out to go back below the 50 moving average right here, and then a final bullish cross before the stochastic RSI rocketed back above 80. So right now, I would just expect some volatility around these levels right here until Total 3 starts to break out, because if we look at the MACD as well too, we're still in a downtrend, and the signal line is at 0.15, the MACD line is below 0. So it's similar to what we saw happen back here during this downtrend on the MACD. And it wasn't until we experienced a bullish cross roughly right here at the 0 line on the right-hand side of the screen next to where my head is right here, and that 0 line, that's when the breakout took place. But breakout took place for Solana. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you guys can see that the signal line is still above the MACD line and above the 0 line. We're not down here below 0 or at 0, experiencing a bullish cross for the price to rebound to the upside. So I would just expect more consolidation, more volatility, and for the price to coil up before the next major move to the upside. So having a DCA strategy to dollar cost average in while the relative strength index resets a little bit lower, the MACD comes down a little bit lower to experience a bullish cross. Simultaneously, the stochastic RSI experiencing a bullish cross as well too. So SUI is just mirroring what Solana did that bull run. And look at how much more Solana grew after that breakout period. It did 1,000%, so another 10x. So I think SUI has another 5 to 10x in it this bull run, because if you look at the market cap, it's at $10 billion. So a 5x would be like a $50 billion market cap. A 10x is $100 billion. So I think anywhere between $50 billion to $100 billion, this bull run cycle is realistic for SUI. You know, we were posting it all the way back here at $1 inside of Altcoin Pro University and talking about that in our Telegram group through the link in the description below. So you guys can plug in there too. But right now, Solana is currently sitting at 100 billion. So I think SUI could get to, 50 or 100 billion. I don't see why that's not possible. And another project we're closely watching is XLM. Now, XLM, similar to XRP, I think is going to do very, very well. The market cap's lower, sitting at only $10.5 billion. And I think XLM is going to be one of the major power players for multiple bull runs because it's withstood the test of time. And it's a ISO compliant project. So on the breakout of the 5th of November from 8 cents all the way upwards of 65 cents, this just shows that there's massive demand for XLM. And so right now on the right-hand side of the screen, you guys can see that the price is just barely above the 50 moving average. We saw a wick off of it right here, and it's holding the 50 while also seeing a lower high and lower low. So I just expect the price to coil up here before we see the next move to the upside. Very similar to what we saw happen all the way back here on the 4th of January. Now, obviously, it's going to look a little bit different. You know, there are some similarities, but there's some differences as well too, right? Like the relative strength index, excuse me, on the 3-day was at 96 right here with this breakout, whereas on the breakout right here, it was at 86. So of course, it's not going to be the exact same, but you can see the price pull back for an ABC correction and then boom, break out to a new range, pull back ABC, to backtest the previous resistance as support. So I just think that that's what's coming next for XLM, because when the tides rise, guys, so do all ships. So if I trace the chart up, it's almost identical. So we could be very close to a breakout for total 3, because as total 3, the whole altcoin industry, breaks out, even Ethereum included. But as you guys have seen in the past, like, we don't need Ethereum to break out, because everyone's kind of gotten hip to the game here and realized there's more money to be made in mid cap and micro cap and even like small cap projects. There's so many mid cap projects and even large caps. A large cap is 1 billion or more. A mid cap is anywhere from 999 million to about 100 million. Then a small cap is like 100 million or less. And then a micro cap is like just launching to like maybe 10 million, 50 million, 100 million. So just keep your eyes on XLM. I do hold XLM in my portfolio because I think this is what's coming for XLM's price chart. Now, we don't know how many more rallies are left in the market, because as you can see, there was another one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 before the top came in. We don't know. There only might be like 1 or 2 left. We'll have to see, and we'll be covering these markets every single day for you guys on where we are in terms of Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator, the monthly macro indicators on the relative strength index, MACD, stochastic RSI. But right now, look at the right hand side of the screen. The RSI is at 47. So this isn't telling me that the markets are over. I think there's going to be a rebound here soon. And on the next leg up, that would be, in my opinion, I'll revisit this, we'll see if I'm right or I'm wrong, a bearish divergence for a lower high in the relative strength index. Because look on the left-hand side of the screen. When XLM went from 23 cents all the way up here to 42 cents, it was a higher high in the price chart, and then we saw a lower high in the relative strength index. And so that bearish divergence took a while to play out while the RSI relatively stayed above 50 for the majority of the bull run. So even while we see higher highs get put in on the price chart and lower highs on a key indicator like the relative strength index, throughout the majority of the bull run, we see the RSI stay relatively above 40 to 50. So right now, we are seeing the RSI bounce from 43, which is a great sign. So I would just expect it to play out like this until the bear market comes in, then the RSI to fall off a shelf, once XLM is done rallying along with total 3, and then we see a massive break of the 50 moving average. We retest it as resistance, and then we see the price struggle to reclaim the 50 and inevitably break the 200 moving average for a bear market, while everyone is screaming super cycle right here and super cycle right here. So just get ready for this, okay? You do not lose when you are in profits and you sell. Now, I'm not telling you to sell right now. In fact, I think now is a terrible time to sell. That's why I'm accumulating more crypto. Another one I'm watching is Algorand. I do hold Algorand in my portfolio because look at the breakout with Algorand from November as well, too. It's an ISO project. So we saw the American companies, the American projects, the ISO projects break out because everyone's watching this channel. They know what's coming with Swift in November of this year, and the Federal Reserve did delay the single day implementation to July 14th, which tells me they have a lot planned for the summer of 2025. So I would just expect Algorand to break out with the rest of the markets, because look how much further below the all-time high we are for Algorand compared to something like XLM. XLM, however, is still below the high, but only by the tune, if I were to measure it to the upside, of about 130%. So right now, Algorand is below the all-time high by 900%. Now, will Algorand make it up to its all-time high this bull run? We'll see, but this is just simply a double bottom trend reversal. Bottom number 1 right here all the way back in October, bottom number 2 in August of 2024. And so the resistance right here, we did drop below it for a little bit on the 3-day chart, but the price is right at the 50 moving average and above the 200. So if we can reclaim this resistance as support, well, then we would just simply measure from the high of 13th of March down to the low right here, put it at the breakout point, and the next target would be roughly $1.28 for Algorand. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but from where that is right now, it's like 350% for Algorand. But what I want to see happen for Algorand first is for the MACD to bottom out and to inevitably see a bullish cross somewhere at the zero line or below the zero line. And also simultaneously, that gives enough time for the relative strength index to reset. So I would just expect the price to coil up a little bit longer, maybe trade below the 50 moving average until we see the next liquidity injection into total 3 to the upside. So I'm just going to be watching this chart right here. It looks like it's like a falling wedge is forming, and for it to hold on top of the previous range as support before the next bounce takes place. And we just see the same thing happening for something like XDC right now. So if I just remove the fib retracement tool right here, we can see that it broke above resistance right here. It put in a new high for the year on about 15 cents. It's pulling back right now, and it's holding above the 50 moving average. And then we saw a golden cross happen right here on the 7th of January. The RSI is sitting at 55. So XLM is considered a dinosaur coin, which is actually a good thing now, considering what I just talked about for the first half of this video with how quick the pump and dumps take place. Now people are having a flight to long-term projects that have proven the test of time. And so as you can see last bull run, what happened when a major breakout took place of a previous range, we just formed support on top of it. Now we didn't come all the way back down to resistance right here back in 2019, but we did hold above the 50, and we did see periods where price came below the 50 moving average, but as long as it holds above the 200 during a bull market, that's great. And so we are above the 50 right now. And so this is comparable to what's happening right here through this phase of the market cycle for XDC. And if I were to trace up the chart right here, it looks something like this. And so we could see consolidation for a longer period of time happen for XLM, where the price rebounds, sells back off into this range, holds it as support, and then inevitably massive explosion in the later stage of this bull market, maybe sometime in August, September, October of this year. So this is going to take some time for this range to play out. I would not expect for massive liquidity to just get injected right away and for this price to shoot up, although anything's possible. But if we look at the chart on the macro, it's another double bottom trend reversal. So if I measure from the high, the resistance, to the low right here, and I put it for the breakout point, that brings XLM up to about 50 cents for a conservative target. So for us to sit at 9 cents right now, almost 10 cents, that's another 400, 500%. So a 4 to 5x for XDC is what I would expect. That's why I hold it in my portfolio. Now, another project that I'm bullish on, go figure, is HBAR. Look at HBAR's price chart. It's doing the same thing. It wicked off of the 50 and it's currently above the 50. So even if we experience another pullback right here, if I were to just clear the chart for you guys so you can see what I'm looking at, I saw this resistance up at roughly 26 cents. And so the price needs to hold that resistance as support. Otherwise, we could see it sell off into it and coil up right here before a massive liquidity injection comes in to backtest the previous high right here upwards at about 40 cents. But if I zoom out, the charts are looking very similar, where you can see a resistance right here at about 20 cents, which is acting as support right now. It also was support back here during the complacency stage before the price broke below the 200 moving average right here. So I would just expect price, even if we sold off to the downside to like 19, 20 cents, 17 cents, whatever, to hold this before we see the next major rally up. And then we just hold support on top of the high before a final blow off top. And then the bear market kicks in, similar to what happened all the way back here last bull run. It's just going to look a little bit different, obviously. So the relative strength index sitting at 45, pulled back drastically from 91. So you don't buy when the relative strength index on like the 3-day chart, the weekly chart, or the monthly chart is above 80 or 90. You want to wait for the RSI to come back down, reset, while we're holding support on top of a previous range to get a better dollar cost average entry point. So HBAR I'm watching right now. I did accumulate HBAR, and I did post HBAR in our Telegram group around 5 or 6 cents all the way back here. And I said, you're going to look back in 10 years from right now and wish you accumulated more HBAR. Had you accumulated HBAR at that price point at like, let's say 5, 6 cents, you'd still be up 300%. And at the peak, you're up 5 to 6x on that. That's pretty conservative right there, considering that HBAR is one of the power players with their governing council being some of the largest companies in the world. Now, another project I'm extremely bullish on is Ondo. Now, there's not too much price action on the chart because this is Ondo's first bull run. So on Coinbase, you can see it was listed like in January of 2024. So it's been a little over a year that it's listed. So, the moving averages don't really have enough data to show even the 200 because there's not even 200 days really that much of data. So we just see that Ondo rallied above the previous resistance right here. It struggled to hold it as support. And so we're just consolidating below resistance. And so this reminds me of what happened for Near Protocol all the way back here from the 7th of September until October of 2021. You guys can see that it broke the previous high of about $7.50, and it formed a new high of about $13, came back down below it, kind of consolidated at it for a little bit. And same thing for Ondo. We can see the resistance right here at like $1.50, rallies above it, come back to it, consolidate at it, similar to what happened right here. Look at the relative strength index as well too. On that breakout to a new high, the RSI went upwards of 84. For Ondo, breaking out to about 82, and then we see the RSI pull back, we see the RSI pull back, and then we form some type of bearish divergence while the price continues to the upside, where we see higher highs on the price chart, and we just see this choppy price action where breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback, until inevitably the RSI is done forming the bearish divergence right here. And that's what I would expect to happen for Ondo. So I would just expect massive volatility like this to inevitably form a high. And then we're going to be watching the RSI to see if it does something like this, just forming lower highs later in this bull run, later this year. And then that's when I'm going to be potentially exiting the market. So look at near protocol right here. You know, when the RSI peaked out at 66, well, the price was all the way up here at 21, not putting in a higher high, it put in a lower high. And then that was a sign to start exiting the market right here because the price started to go down here. So even if you sold right here, you were getting out at a better entry point, at a better exit point than selling all the way down here on this pullback. So that's why for me, you know, I'm accumulating actually more Ondo right now. So Ondo at $1.26 is great because that's like accumulating near protocol $6.80 before it rallied upwards of $20. And then the bear market kicks in and we just see massive, you know, sell-offs take place. And so we'll see what happens for Ondo and how it holds up in the bear market. But I would expect the chart to just play out somewhat similar. Obviously some minor differences compared to near protocol, but during that first cycle. And so I even think near protocol will do well this cycle, but there are better mid-cap projects that have higher upside than near protocol this bull run cycle. And when you guys join Altcoin Pro University through the link in the description below, our research team will be sharing those with you throughout this entire bull run. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities popping up. But in my video yesterday, I talked about Ondo and how they're a leading tokenized real-world asset issuer. They're bringing tokenized U.S. Treasuries to the XRP ledger. So super bullish for XRP, super bullish for Ondo. Through this collaboration, institutional investors will gain access to Ondo's short-term U.S. government Treasuries, OUSG, backed by the BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund. So just for that alone, guys, BlackRock, massive, right? They got the Bitcoin ETF approved, and that's what pumped Bitcoin over $100,000. So Ondo, absolute no-brainer. Now the challenge becomes not necessarily, you know, do you buy this project or not? It becomes how do you accumulate more money on the front end so you can be able to have a better diversification strategy? Because if you only have like a few $1,000, or let's say you have a business and you've poured all of your money back into your business and you're not that cash flow heavy right now, there are ways for you to be able to accumulate money that we're going to be sharing with you on this channel so you have more to buy crypto. So I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to follow us on all socials through the link below, Bull Runners HQ on Twitter. We're about to pass, we're at 999. It's a good number. Comment 999 if you're feeling blessed. We're about to pass 10,000 followers. And if XRP hits $5 before March 1st, we're going to give away 100 XRP. That's $500 to one person who likes this post and is following us. Because we're backing up our truck all the way to the bank, grabbing the bags, packing them and stacking them, leaving no bags left behind because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going to continue to go down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, real world assets, and crypto has been going up in value. That's the truth. And together, we're all running to the top. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com through the link below inside of Altcoin Pro University. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls, every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses, just go through the link in the description below. Get in right now. Watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree, if that's a goal of yours. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.